between, everyone is welcome.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Chatting with Lorena and Lucy. We hope you enjoy this episode and we hope you stay till the end. We have some fun stories to share. See you at the end. Bye. Hey, everyone. Welcome back.
We're back, and as you can see, it's crosstown in Chicago, so we're repping our teams, White Sox, Cubs, even though the Cubs beat the Sox yesterday 10-5, which was horrible, because at one point they were winning, and we're like, how do you lose 5-10? Like, what the hell? So today is Saturday, hoping it's going to be better today, and hopefully we just sweep you guys off.
Listen, I'm not going to try to say I'm the biggest, representer of the fans, but I think the Cubs uniform is more up my speed than the Sox. I like the color. You like the black and gray or the black and white. So it's just Chicago. I'm here for either.
Want to point out that the Pope is a White Sox fan, so I think we win. So there you go.
That's okay. I'm rooting for either team. I'm not taking sides here. I just like the colors for the Cubs better.
I did want to say I used to be a Cubs fan. I was a big Cubs fan. Pryor was my guy. Okay, but I stopped being a Cubs fan because the Cubs fucked up Pryor so bad one year. They just overplayed him. They ruined his career. And after that, I just realized that the Cubs were all about money and they didn't care about the players. This kid they ruined his career. And after that, I became a Sox fan, which my husband was a Sox fan always. So I became a Sox fan. And the year I turned into a Sox fan, they won a world championship. So I think I was their good luck charm.
Oh, so you get props for them winning.
Exactly. So I used to be a Cubs fan. And it's so funny because my son was a Cubs fan with me because he was a big mama's boy. And so Lloyd took him to a Sox game one year, and he comes down in his Cubs jersey, and my husband's like, no, we're going to a Sox game. You better go change. So he puts on his Sox shirt, and in the middle of the game, he had his Cubs jersey underneath. He takes off.
He's bold.
He took off his Sox shirt, and then some guy in the back like, dude, what are you teaching your kid? Come on. He's like, Xavier, put your Sox jersey on.
Oh, he pulled a Lucy move for real.
He did. So now we're all of us, we're all Sox fans. So everybody in our family, we're all Sox fans.
I'm just rooting for Chicago. That's it.
But it comes down to it. We do root for Chicago. Chicago is first. But just want to point out.
In baseball. Be very clear, in baseball.
No, I'm all Chicago. All Chicago sports I like. But I prefer the Sox over the Cubs. I feel like the Cubs are a little too... They're selfish. It's all about... They don't take care of their players right. I didn't like that. I
can't argue with that. I'm not going to argue with that. What I will say is, I'll say this. This is all in fun, right? This is all fun and games. I think some people take things a little too seriously. Because, honey, I see some posts where people are like, yeah, you piece of blah, 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 because you're a this fan or you're a that fan or go blah, 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 like super insulting. Like, dude, it's not that serious.
Like, are they
really not that serious? Oh my God.
It is not. No, I don't take it to that extreme. That is actually ridiculous. But I did work at a company where it was 2 floors and so funny. Like everybody on the first floor used to be Sox fans. And then everybody on the second floor used to be Cubs fans. except for me and this other guy. We're the only two Hispanics in the second floor, and we were the
Oh,
only two
Lord.
that were Sox fans.
Of
so they
course.
so they used to always give us shit. But it was so funny because it was one floor was all Cubs, and then the other floor was all Sox. So that was funny, like when they used to do the crosstown, because everybody would wear their jerseys.
Yeah.
So that was fun. But I don't take it serious. Like, to me, it's just it's there. I'm
It's
not on
fun
the
and
payroll.
games.
I'm not on the payroll, so I'm not gonna take it that serious.
Right?
If you're
But
on
I
the,
will say this. I'm gonna give you props because that pretty straight black hair with that jersey's real cute. So you make
I
it look
don't
good.
dye
You
my
make it
hair.
look good. I'll give you that.
I don't dye my hair, everybody. This is my natural black hair. But
She's blessed
um,
with beautiful black hair.
I do I prefer to watch baseball more than anything. I don't know. I think it's when I was little, it was just always in the background, like listening to my father he loved baseball and boxing.
Mm.
So I mean, because I grew up watching that, like that was always in the background. So I do love baseball. I have more patience to sit through a baseball game than anything, just because we were raised with baseball in the background always. I
Mm-hmm.
can't, even though I do like football, but I can't sit through a whole football game, even though it's shorter. But I just can't sit through the whole thing. And Lloyd's a hardcore Bears fan. Like, when they don't win, I pray that they win, and they don't win often
You're praying for
because
peace.
yes, because my husband last year, I thought he was gonna have a heart attack. Every single game was to the last minute, and oh my god, I'm like, even my daughter will call him. She's like, "Is Lloyd okay?" I don't. Is Lloyd okay? I, I was having a heart attack for Lloyd. That's how he is a diehard Bears fan. This is how crazy he is. If he sees anybody wearing Bears stuff, and he's so Chicago, he'll stop him. He's like, "Hey, how come you're a Bears fan?" Like he's about to beat him up because they're
Oh
Bears.
my God.
He's so Chicago. Looking at like, "Hey, how come you're a Bears fan?" And they're like, "Oh, I grew up here, but I love them because whatever, whatever." They're like, "Oh, okay, Bears," and then he'll be like, "Okay," and whatever. I'm like,
Oh my
you
God.
are so. He followed somebody. There was a car in California. The whole car had Bears logos. He had his custom chairs logos. He had a visor that was everything in the car he was off. We followed this guy for like 2 miles because Lloyd wanted to know why he was a Bears fan. I'm like, you're crazy. Like, it's crazy. And then
This man probably thought, why is
he's
somebody
probably like,
following
these
me?
people are following. Yeah, literally. He's probably like, we're stalking him. Like, he's probably like, and then he's not, he's so Chicago. Like, yo, hey, like, it's not like even welcoming, like, oh, hey, I see that you're, no, it's like, hey, why are
He's
you a Bears fan?
intimidating.
Yes, and then he's not little, so it's even worse because he's 6'4". It's like, hey, why are you a Bears fan? I'm like, oh my god, boy, can you at least be nice about it? Like, can you at least say, hey, cool Bears? No, he's like, hey, like he's about to brawl with them. Like, hey, why are you a Bears fan?
Oh my
Like,
God.
so yeah,
That's funny.
so
That's funny.
we represent Chicago everywhere we go. And everybody knows that Lloyd is from Chicago as soon as he talks because he has that whole forget about it, don't worry about it. Like, he has that Chicago accent. I'm like, everywhere we go, everybody knows we're from Chicago. I'm like, it's your
Oh my
accent,
God.
Lloyd. Everything's like, yo, hey, like, I'm like, you're like a wise guy.
Speaking of wise guys, we went to dinner a few weeks back, and there's this really cute Italian restaurant, right, that we found close to our house. And the food is fantastic, so delicious, right? So we went through the menu, and the waiter told us like what the specials were, whatever. So we chose our food, whatever. One of the specials was a pork chop, and neither one of us ordered it. And when we were leaving, it's this is how cute, it's like a cute tiny little rustic Italian place, right? So there's a little staircase, like, and I mean little, I mean it's a little staircase that goes through the back of the restaurant to take you to the upper level.
Oh,
So
and
we
it's
were up there.
spiral
So
too?
it wasn't spiral, it's straight, but it's all like the restaurant, the main floor is this way. You got to go behind the bar, and then it's this tiny little staircase that takes you up. And then there's another space upstairs. So we're leaving, and we're about to go down the stairs to come down, and our waiter is coming up. So my husband saw a tray, and he saw it, and he's like, damn, that looks good. So he asked the waiter, hey, is that the pork chop? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, damn it, I should have ordered that because it looked fantastic, right? And then the waiter tells him, oh, it's fantastic. Forget about it. I almost lost it. Because I was like, that was the best fucking response ever. Best response ever. And he's like, don't worry, it's not just a special, it's on the menu normally. And I was like, cool. Next time we come back, I'm ordering that. But I thought that was so funny. That response was the best.
That's Lloyd. Forget about. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. Everything. He's had such a Chicago accent, like, and now it's like you can't. I can't hear it because we're from Chicago.
You live with him, yeah.
But when anywhere we go, it's like, oh, you guys are from Chicago, right? And we're like, oh, how do you know? It's like your accent. And I'm like, my accent. He's like, no, your husband. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh,
So
funny.
it's like, yeah, forget about it. Oh, don't worry about it. Everything's like laid back. Like he's so. I'm like, you're such a freaking goomba. What's going on? But you know what? I love my people in Chicago. I love the atmosphere, the sports atmosphere in Chicago. I think it's one of the best for being such a big city. I think it's really good. I don't even know what's gonna happen when if the Bears leave.
We're not going to talk about that. We're not talking about that right now because it's Chicago Bears. If you leave Chicago, you're no longer Chicago Bears, and I don't know, your fan base might not be real happy with that.
It's heartbreaking.
It is.
Let's see. Yeah, that would be like, just Lloyd said, it's gonna be Chicago Bears always. Just like the Sears Tower is always going to be.
I was about to say that, just like the Sears Tower. Yes.
Sears Tower.
Yes.
And that's another thing. We run into people. We just went to a restaurant last weekend to have breakfast, and the lady was from Chicago. And then Lloyd said, okay, this is the real test. What's the tallest building in Chicago called? He's like, the Sears Tower. Is like, that's right. You got it right.
Okay, you're from Chicago.
Okay, you got it right. I can't call it the Willis Tower at all.
Never. That feels weird. It feels wrong saying it. Yeah, I believe so.
I can't. It's the Sears Tower. It's gonna be.
It will always be the Sears Tower, no matter what.
Yes. Have you ever done that thing that they have where the tilt?
No, and we keep talking about going. My stomach just like, just thinking about it.
The window tilts out. It gives me anxiety just thinking about it. When I see those,
yes,
I'm just like,
I can't do it. See, for me, like, even when I'm on an upper level, when it's like the window walls, and you go up and you look out, oh, my stomach feels like it's gonna fall out from under me. I can't do it. I don't have.
You're scared of heights.
I guess I can't.
I'm not scared. I could go up to a ledge and look down. I'm fine. But Lloyd is scared of heights. And if he starts like, hey, get away from there, whatever.
6'4" and he's afraid of heights.
Girl, don't get me started. I always like to go on the ledge and look and everything. And then if he starts complaining, it makes me nervous, and then I get nervous. Yeah. Perfect example. We went to have you ever been to the Hoover Dam?
No, never went.
Oh, it's so, well, there's this bridge. It's humongous, right? And you're looking at the dam, and I was like this on the bridge, just looking at, so taking pictures and everything. And Lloyd's like, babe, get away from there, babe. So then he got me nervous. We're
Yeah.
crawling out of there, like
Oh no, he
because
killed the experience for
he
you.
gets my anxiety going, and then now we're like basically crawling off the bridge, like. It's so annoying because I like it. It's just no one could tell me to be scared or watch or be careful, because then my anxiety builds up. Same thing happened when we went to San Francisco. We went to the San Francisco Bridge, and we only went halfway because Lloyd's like, I gotta get off. I gotta get off. I can't.
Oh my goodness. So his is like a phobia.
Yes. And I'm like, Lloyd, like, look at all these people. Come on, let's just go all the way across. We were halfway, and then we had to go back.
I don't think for me it's to that level. Like it's not to that extent. I can do things like that. I can go and like if I'm on a bridge, I could see across. I just can't see straight down. It's not that I can't get close. I can lean on the rail. I'll be fine. If as long as I'm looking out, the sinking feeling that happens in my stomach is only if I look straight down.
Oh yeah. So that's that.
I don't know.
Because it literally goes. You're like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like, I don't know that I could handle it. I don't know.
I don't know. You know what? Why it would freak me out? Because it literally, the window goes like that.
Yeah. What if it falls? What if it breaks and you just, no.
That is my biggest fear.
Like I love Navy Pier going on the
Ferris wheel.
And the Ferris wheel. I love that. I love being able to see that, the scenery. It's beautiful. Just like when we went to Vegas, we went on that Ferris wheel that they have the what is it called? Something
Links.
sphere strat.
No, the links. The links.
Yes,
yeah.
The spheres, yeah. That was beautiful. That was so nice. I love that. That was probably my absolute
You know what?
favorite
That
thing.
one is actually cool because for New Year's, they have they set them up like little party balls. So they'll have like they have like a little bar set up in there, so you could go on and you'll be there for like an hour, and then they'll have like hors d'oeuvres and stuff for you. So that's fun. But I really don't. I've never gone into the Ferris wheel at Navy Pier because I am scared of heights in that aspect, because I just feel like, the one in Navy Pier is massive, right? And it doesn't stop, and that's what makes me freaked out. Like the kids have gone with Lloyd, I've never gone. I'm like, oh, I'll wait for you guys. You guys go. I'm good.
It's actually really nice. It is really nice coming from someone who I can't look down. The Ferris wheel is just fine. It's actually beautiful because I don't really, when you're on there, I'm not focusing on what's below me. I'm focusing on the view. And it gives you the absolute most stunning view of the city of Chicago. Like, yeah, it's breathtaking. It's beautiful. But I have a thing with views. Like I love the scenery and all of it. It just feels so nice.
I would love to do it because of that. Just because downtown Chicago is absolutely beautiful. But it's on a cage, and the fact that it just, you feel the shake kind of little, that is what freaks me out. I can't do it. Like I can't. My kids went on there with Lloyd. I'm like, I'll wait down here. I'm good. That one I just can't. It's something about, I don't know. Just the motion.
So you would never do what is it called? A paraglide.
Oh, parasailing?
Parasailing, yeah.
We did do parasailing once, and when we go to Cabo, when we went to Cabo, and we couldn't do it together, so I had to do it by myself because Lloyd is so big. They couldn't do it together, so Lloyd went by himself.
He did it?
He did it, yes. And well, he's fine over water because he's like a fish. He loves swimming.
Okay.
So he's good in water. But when I went, and then what they do is they try to dunk you in the water, like, so however they know how to maneuver the thing, right? So
Yeah.
my legs were like this, girl. I'm like, you're not the like folded in half. Like I'm like, I'm not. So, but when I was up there, I did see like sharks. So I was like, yeah, no, do not sink me in this damn water. But literally, my legs were straight up. It was so funny. I'm like, mm-mm. So, but they were really nice. And then I asked the guy with parasailing, I'm like, okay, how many accidents happen? He's like, yeah. He's like, I can honestly tell you about once a week we have somebody who falls.
Oh my God. That would be too
I'm
much
like,
for me. I wouldn't have asked that question.
oh, I do. I said, well, how many have fallen this week? They're like, we already had the one. I'm like, okay, good. I'm like,
Statistics
okay,
met. I don't have to worry.
we don't have to worry about it. I'm like, well, wait, when it was the last? Wait, like, oh, it was like 2 days ago. I'm like, okay, good. Yeah, I'll go.
Oh, that logic. Lord have mercy.
I was like, how many accidents a week? Once a week? What was the last time?
Oh,
Oh,
that's
two
funny.
days ago? Okay, good. I'm good. So, but it's so crazy. It's like you go up so high and you don't hear anything. It's just air. You
Yeah.
don't hear anything. I thought that was amazing. Like when you come back
Hmm.
down and it's noisy again and it's
Yeah.
loud, but up
It's so
there, nothing.
peaceful.
I did
Yeah.
love the parasite, but after being up there and seeing that there was a shark underneath, I was like, never again.
I'll tell you what, when it comes to the sea, I have a whole hell of a lot of respect for it. I I've never been on a cruise, and cruises look like they're so much fun. There's something so mysterious about the sea and scary as hell. I don't think I could ever bring myself to go on a cruise. I think
I,
I'd be too concerned. You just don't know. You end up in the middle of nowhere
well,
and
I couldn't do. I always wanted. I did. There was a time where we wanted to do a cruise, but then now with everything, you see more and people record more. You're in confined spaces. Like I think I would get claustrophobic in one of the. Like
mm,
I couldn't. And it's so small, and the bathroom situation, and
well, just the nightmare stories that come from cruises now that we all hear.
oh shit.
I'm like that aside all those nightmare stories from cruises. Um to me it's more you're even though it's gigantic, right? The ship
You're
that
a
you're
tic
on is
tac. You're a
gigantic.
tic tac.
But yeah, you're this big in this ginormous sea. You have no idea what's under you or around you.
But
And
you
at
know what
night
they
it's
do
pitch
have?
black.
They do. So in California, they do have 3-day cruises where they just go on the coast. So they go from California to Cabo and back. So
Okay.
that I think I could do because it's a 3-day and you're going to, because when we're in Cabo, we always see the boats just dock for the whole day,
Mhm.
and then they go into this, they drop off everybody into the city, and then they go back, and then they leave. And then they go around the coast, right along the coast,
Yeah.
and it's like 3 days. That I don't think I could. I think I could handle, but you know, what was it? COVID all started with the whole cruise, and now the
Mhm.
Hanta virus, which that one, it's which my daughter called me and said there was a case in Illinois already of Hanta virus.
Yeah. I'm not gonna talk about my feelings on that. I don't think any of that needs our focus because I think it feeds off of our energy for it to become something more than it actually
No, but
is.
I think this time we're just ready. We're just like, okay, bring it on. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, no.
we're-
It's
we're-
not worth us giving it the energy to
yeah,
become
I think we're
something
just
more than
like
what it is.
we're COVID survivors. We're good. But
We
during
got through the time when there was no toilet paper.
girl, speaking of toilet paper, we ran out of toilet. We were in California when that happened, and there was no toilet paper inside. We drove 3-4 hours store to store to get toilet paper. Nothing. My mother-in-law had a FedEx toilet paper from Chicago to us because we
Oh
had
my
run
gosh.
out of toilet paper.
Wow.
We were
That's crazy.
basically like it was treated like gold, okay, in our house.
Yeah.
We're
Absolutely. I can see
good.
that. I
So
actually got really lucky when that happened. I make my normal runs all the time. Um, and I always get like during at a like I don't know, monthly, bi-monthly. Um, and I do toilet paper and paper towels, the whole thing, right? So I had literally just bought some
oh,
right before this all happened. Because it was right before my daughter's birthday. So I think I just made a Costco run and I would just got what I needed. Thank God. I was very lucky because afterwards, when I was hearing what was going on, and I'm like, what is wrong with people? The hell does toilet paper have to do with COVID?
it was horrible. Like that was horrible. So now we always stock up to. We have paper towels, toilet paper. We do buy the 5 pound bags of rice and the 5 pound bags of beans, just in case, because Mexican food is not expensive to make. It's so
No.
easy to make, and
Hmm.
it's all natural. So that's the good part.
Yeah.
That's the only time. That's actually the times that I appreciate and love being Mexican because I'm like I can make a
Yeah.
whole meal out of just beans and rice, man.
You sure can. You absolutely can.
We stretch everything. If anything our parents taught us is how to stretch food. So that I'm blessed and I love. But it is that's one of the things that we now forever will have is our big bag of rice and our big bag of beans because you never know.
Yeah.
I wanna learn. Do you know how to make bread?
I don't. I've seen people do it. Uh, Jennifer actually she posts all the time when she makes it and it looks so freaking good. But no, I personally have never made bread. I used to bake all the time, but I never made bread.
I want to learn. That's one of the things I want to learn how to make bread. Um, my oldest stepdaughter, she's been baking bread. She's like, "Oh, I just made a bread of this and like bread of that," and like you said, it does sound and looks amazing when they make
Hmm.
it, right? And I
Yeah, it really does.
love fresh bread. But I've noticed when I buy like food's not lasting like it once did. Like I feel like it gets rotten right away. It gets spoiled right away. Like,
Well, yeah, I feel like the fresh stuff does. So, it's actually the opposite. Like if you buy a loaf of bread, like just general loaf of bread, I feel like it lasts a little too long versus if you buy fresh bread. So, for example, if you go get bread at Costco,
mhm,
it doesn't last very long because it doesn't have preservatives, which
right.
then makes you think when you get a loaf of bread, like let's just say wholesome bread or Sara Lee or whatever. That's Sara Lee. Yeah, Sara Lee. Um, that bread will sit in your cupboard and it's going to sit there. And it's going to last a lot longer than the one you get from
Yeah,
Costco, which makes you think how
I
many
don't buy
preservatives are actually in there.
I don't buy the like wholesome or Wonder Bread or none of that stuff because of that, because of the preservatives, and I feel like
Mhm.
I don't digest that stuff
Yeah,
like I used to. As I get
yeah,
older, my body is not functioning like it used to. So I always get
yeah.
the fresh bread from the bakery section. because it does, but it doesn't really last. And then I think about it and I'm like, maybe if I start making my bread and I know how to make it, then I could have it more fresher with less ingredients and stuff. And
Yes.
that's
Yeah, you can.
really the problem, is all the ingredients that they put in food that's
Yes. You
affecting.
if you can control the ingredients, you know what's in your food, you eat it more comfortably knowing you're not ingesting a bunch of chemicals. Um, if you buy stuff from the bakery, if you put it in the refrigerator, it will last you longer. So
Somebody
it,
said, there was a TikTok, some doctor said, put get the bread and then freeze it. Something with freezing it, it kills all the I forgot what it was. It kills that one ingredient that's in the bread that makes it sit and not digest faster. So then you unfreeze it.
interesting.
And I was like, huh, I haven't tried that. Uh, but that was like, oh wow, that makes sense, right? But
Mhm.
did you see
It does.
Ninja now has a tortilla maker?
Who does?
Ninja.
No, I haven't seen that.
Yes. I'm looking, I'm gonna buy it because it was like you put all the ingredients and it
Mhm,
makes the masa for you and stuff.
mhm.
And then or you put your stuff in there and then it grinds it in there, and then it just they come out like, you know how the tortilla. Have you ever gone to a tortilla?
Yeah, the tortillerías. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just put the masa in there, and it comes out like a tortilla, and you just put it on the grill and flip
Huh.
it.
I mean, it's just maseca and water.
Yeah,
That's literally it. But I guess if it's kneading it for you and then giving you the proper shape, because
and it's
when you
already
first start,
cutting it round and everything for you.
yeah, yeah, because that's actually the that's where the challenge is.
Yeah,
Getting a round tortilla.
that's the tedious part.
Mhm.
That's the tedious part.
Mashing and then yeah.
Yes. That's I want to get that. I want to get because I feel like, wow, that would be like, So I was thinking
Useful.
about
Heck
that.
yeah.
I'm like,
It's not
I'm
a
better
struggle to make tortillas
at
then.
this because I want to kind of
Interesting.
go into eating. I don't want to give up my food, but if I have to make it healthier, I'd rather make it healthier
Yeah.
than getting it with preservatives and everything. Because here, I think they're already putting preservatives in tortillas because the tortillas last forever. Like, even though we get them fresh. They,
Not the ones, not Milagro.
well, that's because that's different. I'm saying here, even when we go
Okay.
to there's a grocery store, they make them fresh right there,
Hmm.
but they last for a long time. So it's always like, why is it lasting? Why are you not going bad in 2-3 days? Like, you should be
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
going bad. And they're lasting 2 weeks. I'm like, they're putting something in there that I don't want in my
Yeah.
system.
That we don't know that we probably
Yeah.
shouldn't be
But
eating.
you know
Yeah.
what
Well,
they that place makes tortillas, cacti tortillas. And
mm,
they're really actually really, really good. You
I'm
can
sure
taste
they
it on
are.
your mouth, but they're really good. But I want to know what they put in to make it because they taste. You could. It's like a taste. You could taste the cacti,
Hmm.
but you could taste the tortilla. So they're mixing part of it into it, or I don't know how they're doing it. But you know how,
Yeah. I'm assuming they probably dehydrate it and then they add it to the masa,
yeah,
like pulverized is my guess.
yeah. We were hesitant to buy them at first because they're green, and then I'm like, but they were actually really delicious. That's the place that makes the yellow tortillas. They kind of taste like El Milagro. They just need a
Uh-huh.
little bit more salt. Like it just, I wanted when my daughter came, last time she came, I wanted her to bring like a pack of tortillas. I wanted to go talk to the owner. I'm like, this is the recipe. Get rid of. Figure out this recipe because you will be killing it. Because their tortillas are really good. They just need a little bit more salt and to be a little bit more thinner, just a little bit. Because that's what I love about El Milagro, that they're not thick at all.
Yeah, they're
They're
not.
like,
They're really good.
yes, they're amazing. And you guys all went crazy during COVID for the for the Milagro tortilla.
Oh my God. Honestly, I was actually laughing. So it was COVID was just such a bizarre freaking time. Um there were, yeah, tortillas of all the things. That's so crazy to me. That of all the things, like toilet paper and tortillas.
You
Everybody
know,
went, everybody turned Mexican and decided to have tortillas. Like, what the heck?
I just remember all these posts that like I got tortillas. I found 2 packs of tortillas of Milagro at the store. It's just like, oh my god, what is going on? But they closed Del Rey, right? Which
Yeah.
I prefer Del Rey. That
Oh
I
no.
prefer Del Rey tortillas more than El Milagro. And then they closed
They went
Del
hard right
Rey.
away. That's my issue with other corn tortillas, is that they go hard immediately. You warm them up, and by the time you go to reach for the damn tortilla, ya está bien dura. Doesn't make
Well,
sense. They need to stay pliable. That's why I don't.
Well,
That's my
that's
biggest thing.
how this place. That's what I like about this place because they stay soft. You warm them up, leave them that they stay soft.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm telling you. They're kind of like El Milagro. They just need just a little bit more salt and a little thinner, just like a sliver thinner. But
Mhm.
other than that, they're delicious. Because I could eat like 20 tacos with Milagro tortillas, right? Because they're thin, they're so good.
Yeah.
With these tortillas, I just one taco. That's it because they're a little thick, little bit, not
Mhm.
not really thick, but they're a lot more thicker than the Milagro. But I love
Mhm.
El Milagro. There's just something about their tortilla. I think they put crack in their tortillas. So I'm determined to put crack. Because why is
Oh my
everybody
god.
so obsessed with those tortillas? They're
Yeah.
upset.
Well, they and I know they're in other places now too, not too far nationwide, but they are in other states here and there. You can find them, but it's not as widespread as I think they could be. I feel like they could really venture out and make it across the US.
Oh my
They could be a
god,
lot
it
bigger than
would
they are,
make a
for
killing.
sure.
A
But I
killing.
think if they did, they would definitely have to use some type of preservative
Oh
to be
yeah.
able to ship that way, and that maybe that's what would be holding them back, if,
Oh,
you
the
know,
shipment
maybe
is
someone still has some kind of morals and wants to keep the original recipe.
well, like to me, I love Chihuahua cheese. Chihuahua
Mhm.
cheese. I love Chihuahua cheese, and that was one of the hardest things. Is we couldn't find it, and then finally Walmart sells it. Walmart sells Chihuahua, but they sell the bag with the shredded cheese,
Yeah.
which we're fine with that. But I prefer the
You want it
the
to block.
yes, the block. Oh,
Mhm.
I love cutting that in squares and just nibbling on. Oh my god, that's my obsession. I love that. So we haven't found that, but we're happy with having the shredded uh, because it just makes a big difference in your food.
It
Like
really does. The consistency
yes,
of the cheese makes a difference,
yes,
because there's
and
like,
no other
you'll
Mexican
find those
food.
bags of like melting cheese, which is similar, but it's not the same.
It's not. The taste is not the same.
Mhm.
And the crazy part is the block cheese, Chihuahua cheese, tastes so much better than the shredded cheese.
Yes. Well,
So
that's
much
because the shredded cheese, they put something on the cheese itself so that it doesn't stick together, so it doesn't clump.
oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that.
That's why
You're
it
right.
tastes different. I heard, I never tried, but I heard somebody say that when they have when they buy the shredded cheese, that they actually rinse it before they use it to take off whatever that coating is, and it works. I I can't, my brain can't conceive that.
No,
My
because now
brain can't process that.
I'm like, wait a
um
minute, what? Now you freaked me out, and now I'm gonna fucking do that. Thank you, Lorena. Now you gave me something to.
sorry, but I mean, um I thought of that when I read that. I was like, oh, I gotta try that and see if it makes a difference.
You know what? I'm gonna
But
try
then,
it
you know,
because
ADHD brain, I forget things.
okay, now I'm gonna try it and tell you if it is true. If it is
Yeah.
true, but I would imagine that when you rinse, if you wet it, it's gonna get soggy and dense.
That yes, and that's what my brain did, which was I was like, "Oh, I don't know that I
Well,
would
that's
try
what I
that."
was thinking. Like, wait a minute. Because I
But
know with the black cheese, it's thinned out, right? And it's not
yeah,
even the same but there is a different uh,
consistency.
on the
Yeah, the
shredded,
way
the one that's in the bag.
yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah. It's much softer, it's more pliable.
yes, yes.
So, we gotta try it. We just gotta try it and see if it works. You know, don't do it for anything big. Say you're gonna make a quesadilla, rinse it real fast, pat it dry with paper towels, and then try it
I'm
and see
gonna
if
try
it's
it.
different.
Huh?
But yeah, yeah,
But
they have to put something on it so it doesn't stick together because it will. If you shred the black and you have
it's
extra cheese
soft.
and you put it in a bag or something and put it in a container and you put it in the refrigerator, when you go to grab it, it is kind of all stuck together
Yes.
just because that's because the consistency is soft. So it takes the shape of whatever you put it in, like if you put it in a Ziploc bag or a container or whatever. So you kind of have to break it up again when you take it out of there if you want to use it as like shredded
Yeah.
or, you know, anything like that.
Because
But
it's soft, but when you're shredding it, it's softer. Versus the one that's shredded and already shredded, it's a little bit thicker. It's not fine.
mhm,
It's thicker. So I thought that's what it was. But now it makes sense that they do put a coating because it doesn't stick at all. It's
yeah,
not sticking. Hmm.
mm-mm.
I'm gonna try that and let you know. That one I'm gonna
Yeah,
try.
please do. That would be an interesting um, experiment
But
to
you're
see
right. I'm
actually.
gonna try it in like a quesadilla or something. Because if you ruin my food, I'm like, pinche Lorena, comí this, and now my fucking
Listen, it's not my fault. People give me information. I'm just sharing it.
like now my food is ruined.
Lucy's gonna be like, "No, ship me two blocks of queso Chihuahua, because
I
I'm not
would
buying this stuff no more."
every time we go, we get a block and we bring it. Man, that thing's like I wrap it. I first cut half. I wrap it, put it nice and sealed, and put half of it in the freezer, and the other one we're like slicing it like it's just
Well,
poquito.
next time buy two of them. Take two of them back so you have more.
No, because
If
then I
you're
feel like
freezing it.
I eat too much cheese, and then that's
Mm,
also not good.
but it's so good.
I know it is so
Cheese is
good.
so
It's so
good.
good. I love queso fundido. Oh my god. I
Mm,
love making queso fundido con chorizo on top and some frijolito. Oh my god. Now I'm getting hungry.
I
That's my
know.
favorite to snack on is queso fundido. Oh. And Chihuahua cheese is like perfect for queso
Yeah,
fundido.
that's exactly what needs to go with it. It's a perfect pairing.
Yes, it's perfect. Do you got Reddit?
I do have a Reddit story to share with you all
Let's
today.
see. See, well, who we gonna side eye this week?
Ah, okay. This one, oh, sorry.
Oh my god, look at you with red glasses and your red. It goes with the whole outfit.
See, it matches perfectly. This week's Reddit story is: am I the asshole if I refuse to give my mom money every month? My mom wants all three of us, male, female, female, in our 30s to give her $300 a month each. She said this is for her retirement and that is our duty. I would be fine with this if she had no income, but she has multiple properties she rents out that earns more than we do every month. All three of us don't live at home and have children to take care of. My sisters are both stay at home moms. Their husbands will be the ones to pay this. Here is some of our conversation. I asked if she gives her parents money every month, and she said no, but she has given them money before. I told her, we're all raising kids, paying rent. The economy is terrible. Her response was, $300 is not much. The average worker here earns $1,000 a month. I told her I would never tax my kids like this while they're trying to build their lives. Her response is that it's our duty as her children. To try and be non biased, she did spend a lot of money sending us to private school. In return, I do have a decent job earning higher than the average. I feel like this is just pure greed. Would I be the asshole for refusing? I do have an edit, but let's let's talk about this one before I read the edit.
I
So,
say she's not the asshole because the mom has other incomes coming in. If the mom didn't and was a stay-at-home mom and was a stay-at-home mother throughout their childhood, and they put their kids through college, and they sacrificed to get their kids, ready for the future. I
mhm.
say no. That's perfect. That's not asking much, right? But if you didn't put your kids to college and you didn't set them up right to be successful later in life, and you know that they have their own families and whatever, I think as a parent you shouldn't be asking your children to sacrifice. $300 nowadays is a lot. Like, I had my family, we had 4 kids, Lloyd and I, and then to now get rid of $300 every single month when you were already having income, steady income on your own. I say, no, you're not the asshole and your mom's selfish. Sorry. That's how I feel.
Okay. I have my thoughts, but I'm going to hold on to those until after I read the edit, okay?
Okay.
Okay, edit. We are Asians, so it's expected of us. The problem is the problem for me is we each have two parents plus two in-laws, and she's the only one asking for it. Our father isn't asking for anything, but he does have retirement. My mom does not. I couldn't imagine if I had to send $300 each to four parents. Okay, so my thoughts are, first of all, she's absolutely not the asshole. When we decide to become parents, we take on the responsibility of raising our children. We do what we can with what we have. Regardless of if I chose to send my child to a public school or a private school,
Right.
regardless of their income and what they make or what they don't make, if they're successful and make a lot of money or they're just getting by. It is not our children's responsibility to have to support us. Once we have our children and our children have moved on to start their own lives, whether they're single or married with children or whatever path they choose to take, it's now their turn to live their life and do it with the means that they have. It is not, and it should never be, a requirement or expected to have to support your parents in kind. Now, I think if you're raised in a loving environment and you feel like you want to help your parents, that's different. That's totally different. I'm there for it. If it comes from you and you're like, this is what I want to contribute or this is what I can contribute, that's fantastic. But I think an old school mentality, and a lot of times as well, immigrant parent mentality is you're supposed to work to help. Like, I know in my case, my mom came here when she was really young. She started working. And back in those times, that's what they did. They came here, they worked, they sent money back home. Um, that's great. We don't live in those times anymore. We don't. have to go back. We're not here to work to send money back to anybody.
Right.
Everybody needs to be more responsible with what they're going to do and how they're going to survive. So I don't expect my children to have to pick up any kind of slack when it comes to me and my retirement. It's not my children's fault if I didn't prepare for that. It's not up to them to take care of me. I find that really kind of rude. It's a rude thought. You pick your partner, you and your partner figure out how you are going to handle your retirement. And if your children see it fit to do so, and it comes from their heart and they're able to and they want to help you, that's fantastic. But you don't have children with the expectation that when you're older, they're the ones that are going to support you. I don't support that thought process at all.
I have to say though, you know what I think what's triggering is, for me, the triggering part would be you have to.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
I'm a true Aquarius, and I'm a true Aquarian. We don't like to be told what to do at all. We're giving people, and I am a true Aquarian. I don't like people to tell me to put stipulations on anything, like, because that's a stipulation. You have to give me, you know. I prefer to do on my own if I can, because I don't know if I'm always going to be able to produce that $300. It cannot, you cannot tell me enough. That would be my big
Mm-hmm.
issue, is if you tell me this fixed amount, whatever, and it has to come to me. And I agree with everything that you said. It's not your kid's responsibility. It's not, well, I'm sorry, Lorena, my kids better take care of me.
Ah,
I
see, this is the
don't put me in a freaking home. You better take care of me, or like my kids say, undibs. They call undibs. I'm like, nobody could call undibs. What do you mean undibs? So, um,
oh,
but I don't think I could ever tell my kids, like, you have to do this, or you have, like, eh, I that I I think that's just it's selfish, especially when you know that you have other source of incomes. You just want the money to be better. And I get that everybody wants to be better, but you have revenue coming in. Like, it's not your kids' responsibility to give you more because you want more. That's
right.
needing it and wanting it. I think that's my issue right there. It's
Mm-hmm.
she's not needing it, she's wanting it.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I have a big, I say she's definitely not the asshole at all.
No,
No.
no. I think I don't know. It just it really irks me when people do this. Like I again, it's not your children's responsibility to pick up your slack. If you didn't do better for yourself, they shouldn't have to carry that burden. They just shouldn't. Now, um, when you raise your children with love and with the support, um, the real support, and I'm not talking financial support, I'm just saying emotional and, support, and you're always there for them. I think it's more likely that if your
And
child sees you struggling, even if
they're
they're
gonna just
struggling, they're
do.
going to do what they can
Yes.
to help you,
Yes.
right? Yes. However, I do think it makes a difference when your children then have children, because we have all been there and we all know the struggle of what it can feel like to try and keep afloat financially when you have children, especially when they're little. Unless you are blessed enough to have a job that has provided well for you, where you were financially stable when you had children. But let's be honest, most of the time that's not the case. Most of the time children come when they come, and we weren't necessarily prepared for it, and you just figure it out. That is unfortunately the truth. um, but that also that's harder. Like I don't think I feel like that's such an unfair expectation to have from your children. And then you're going to give a dollar amount? You're going to give me this much a month because I said so?
Right. That's
Ma'am,
what I'm saying.
I'm grown. You don't tell me how much I have to give you for
That
whatever, you know what I mean? Like, what? Absolutely
that
not.
is,
That would push me away
yeah,
completely.
yeah. That right there, I think that's what I'm having a hard time with, is because, well, you see your parents struggling, whatever. Obviously, you're gonna help. You're just gonna
Mhm.
help, right? But if they're not struggling and it's you're requiring them to just do because you're not struggling,
Mhm.
I would have a big problem with that. Like,
Yes.
I just, no, that's not how it works. Like, no, no. And goes back to, don't have kids if you don't are expecting that. Like, kids are not gonna take care of you. Kids are gonna leave once they get their own. And unfortunately, the women do stick with with their mom's side of their side of the family. The men, they kind of go more towards the wife's side of the family, right? So you kind of always lose the males, and the women kind of stay. That's kind of like the norm. Um,
Well,
it kind of,
that just depends. That depends on the relationship that everybody has. So it just, yeah, I do feel like that makes a big difference. What type of relationship do you have with each side of the family will determine that, because there are that, remember, there's a lot of mama's boys out there where you can't get rid of that side of the family. You know what I mean? So
but if you give it good to your husband, that man stirs the wind. Let me tell you, you're a good wife. That's
there's that.
There is that. So you break that habit really fast, okay? But there are a lot of mama's boys out there. But I feel like the norm is the daughters, and which to me I always laugh because I feel like um, the daughters are normally rebellion against the mom. It's just it's due to the same types of people. You're raising you, right? And the men
Sometimes. Mhm.
are you're raising all boys. I think you're their first love. Moms,
Mhm.
we're their first love. We whatever. That's why they become such mama's boys. And then they meet their woman, and they if they find the right woman, they're fall in love. Whatever. I think that's what pulls them away. But I don't know. I just feel like I just could never ask my kids like you have to. Like I'm depending on like. Well, I know all our kids would be like, "Fuck you, get the fuck out of here." That would be that would be 100% all
Mhm.
of their responses back to me. Fuck you, like
I mean,
out
yeah.
of here.
I mean, and they wouldn't be wrong necessarily. I mean, not in those words, right? But
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
Like,
it's
I'm pretty sure they would all tell us like, "Fuck you," like. I'm pretty sure in those exact words, I know, but we have a very open relationship with our kids. I'm pretty sure they would all say that, and I wouldn't even want to put them out of their. I don't wouldn't even want them to put them out of pocket like that because I know how it is to raise kids. I know how tight it is when you have. Well, we had four and everything was tight, and it used to piss me off that certain family were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go here." It's just well, we have four. It's
yeah,
not.
it's
It's
not that easy.
it's
Yeah,
not that easy. And if it was that cheap, yeah, it's just you two.
right.
There's six of us. Like
Mhm.
you gotta. They're tiny humans, but these little humans want to do everything.
Costs a lot of money.
Yes, so it's it's a very inconvenient thing. And I'd rather spend that if I was daughter, I'm not speaking as a parent now, if I was a daughter, I would rather have that $300 and spend it on fun with my children
Mm-hmm.
for the month. Even though nowadays $300 is nothing, that's groceries for a week.
Honestly.
Gas and groceries for part of the week. So I rather have that money for my kids, to do something with my kids, something fun. I don't think that, I don't feel like, it didn't sound like that mom was struggling at all. So
No. No, and the thing is, some of you are not going to agree with me with this. I don't care. I really don't. You your culture plays a role in how you're raised for sure. But the way things were done back in your country, in our case back in Mexico, in this case they're Chinese, right? Their customs then, when you come here and you adapt to the life in the US, there's no way there's no way you can continue doing what you were doing over there. It's a completely different culture. It's a completely different financial situation altogether. It
altogether,
doesn't The money here doesn't go as far as it
one
did
thing.
back in the day, or back in your own country. It's just different. It's not the same. You can't expect to do the same things because it just doesn't translate equally. It doesn't work. So the expectations have to change, and I think it almost feels like bullying to me, and I'm so against bullying in every freaking way. It feels like bullying. She's bullying her kids into saying your needs are not as important as my needs, so you're going to take $300 out of your budget to give me, to satisfy me because I want it, and then you can figure out what you have to do for yours. And no, that's not what a parent does.
But she brought up
It's
a good point too. They have four parents, her in-laws and both her
Mhm,
parents, right? Now can you imagine, that's $1,200 a month. That's a lot of money. Like,
mhm,
that's a lot of money. And especially right now that everything's so expensive and everything's so high, and you know, it, it's just, everything is so much more. It's
mhm.
so difficult to just say, okay, like I said, I think the problem is that she's healthy. She just doesn't work, but she has rental income. Like, there's other,
It's not just rental income. She's married. She has a husband.
oh no.
How did that responsibility shift from her husband to her children?
You're right. She's like bullying them. It's just, yeah, I think she's not in the wrong. It's, I don't know. I don't even understand how you expect that to happen. You
You
know what
shouldn't
I'm
expect it from anyone, much less your children.
saying? Right, right. I don't know. I say she's not in the wrong, and this is, I just don't, I don't agree with none of it. Like, I just, no. Unless you medically needed it, like let's say insulin or something, like I'll buy
Mhm,
you. But even then, I don't even think I could help out by just giving you the flat amount.
mhm.
I would have to see where it's going. Like, and that's me. I'm not
Yeah.
saying because I don't trust whatever. I would have to see where it's going. Like, I'd rather pay that bill myself, or I'd rather do this by myself. Don't
Mhm.
tell me I have to freely give you this, because that's where my issue is. Like, you're no longer you haven't been my parent since I moved out of your house. You cannot boss me around or tell me what to do ever again. Like, don't demand
Yeah.
from me ever again. Let me do for you so that I could be fine with it, instead of you enforcing something on me that you're making it seem like it has to be. Like, this is what's
Yeah.
required of you. That, I rather come that way, because I'm a rebel, and I'm like, absolutely not. Like, you're getting shit from me. Like, no, get out of here, because
Yes. And
I
the
just
way OP put it is the way she said, I told her I would never tax my kids like this while they're trying to build their lives. And her response is that it's our duty as her children.
no.
No, it's not your duty as their children. And the way she put it, saying that she wouldn't tax her kids like that, that's crazy to think about. But yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. Now you're paying me tax for
Yes.
raising you or for sending you to a private school. But see, that's the thing.
That I wouldn't even mind, but like, let's say if I had, but then again, if I had, everything was conventionally done the right way and I went to a freaking college and I had a great career, whatever, and I'm making crazy money, uh, it would still have to be me
My decision. Yes.
giving it to
Yes.
you, not
And let me tell
you.
you,
Yes.
if you're raised by loving parents or that loving mother or that loving father, whoever that might be, and it comes from you because you love them and because you're doing great financially, you're successful, whatever, it's going to be more than $300 a month if it comes from your heart
Yeah,
and you have it to give. That's the problem here. Like, she's
exactly.
making it required, and
That's where I'm having the
it
problem.
makes me think that she was bullyish the whole time raising her kids, and now they're afraid to tell her no. And this one is the only one who was like, excuse, stop, pause, I can't do that, I'm not doing this. And the mother's like, well, you have to. No, I don't.
Yeah.
So that's the part. Let me see what the top comment is.
Hell no.
NTA, a $3,600 a year tax just for her to be a part of your life. Put it in a savings account and let her know that you will pay her funeral expenses with it. Ooh, that was a good one. Somebody responded, the funeral expenses savings account idea is absolutely ruthless and I respect it completely.
I do have to say that one was. I agree with that comment right there. It was.
That was
I
good.
kind of
That was
agree with
that
it.
was a
You know.
really good one. Oh my God. Jesus, that was a great response. Okay, that one won.
Yeah, no, I think people nowadays, well, I don't even think, if that's their culture, that's their culture. But I think at some point, regardless what culture you're from, right? Uh, you got to know your boundaries, especially living in America. And you're right, we kind of have the same, well, we don't, but our parents kind of had the same stipulations when they came
Yeah,
here. Everybody in Mexico was, are you going to send
yeah.
me money? Are you going to send me money, whatever? Because my mom's, later on, we found out that she used to work and all her check used to go to Mexico. And then we go down to Mexico and there was nothing built, nothing done, nothing taken
Oh
care
my God, that can be a whole other podcast. Yes, lots
of.
of those situations.
So, and you see that constantly. I mean, I
Mhm.
know tons of people who that's happened to, where they've sent money to people and
Family and saying, "Oh, we're gonna build you," or
we're
yeah,
saving it
these are
for
the
you,
plan.
we're doing this, and nothing was getting done because, they were receiving it and passing it on to other family members
Hmm.
because they were the way one is they didn't want to get a job because they were just
Hmm.
depending on you to be
Yeah, I
spending
mean,
their
because
money.
money grows on trees in the U.S. Don't you know that?
Yes, exactly. So we went through that
Yeah.
after my father passed away. We went through that. Like, we're like, wait, no, no, like, stop sending money over there. You need it for you. Like, you cut it out. So we stopped that immediately. So that was stopped. We weren't like because of it, but hey, times are tough. And they're tougher. And I think times are tough all the time. Like, we're just experiencing it in a different level, you
Hmm.
know? Uh, I think we're older and we see it more. Now we're paying more attention to the news because we're older or whatever.
Hmm.
Because I do remember talking to my mom one time during the Gulf War, and I was saying, "Oh my God, it's just so I don't ever remember it being this bad." And my mom said, "What are you talking about? It was bad in the 70s." It's
Mhm.
like in the 70s it was horrible. It was right after Vietnam. The war in Vietnam had ended. It looked gloomy out. Even to go outside it looked gloomy. It was everybody's attitude was just sour. There was no happiness, no joy in anything. Like everything was expensive. And the best thing to do was everybody had to gather, and it was either have a little bit of have everybody have sharing a little bit instead of just not having anything. And then I said, really? And she's like, and then in the 80s it was this, and then in the 90s, so she was giving me time, and then thinking like, wow, I guess when you're little,
You
as a
don't pay
parent,
attention
when
to
you're
it.
a parent, you have to hide all that from your kids, and they did a great job of hiding the depression that was around that they were surrounded, and the worry that they
Yeah.
had, because they were shielding us from that, and we didn't. I was telling Lloyd, I said, don't you remember the 80s? Times in the 80s, I love the 80s. It just seemed like there was
Mhm.
so much fun, and it was always sunny and beautiful, and the sky was so perfect. You could just stare at the sky all the time. And it's like, I know, right? I love the 80s. And then I remember talking to my mom about it. My mom was like, "Oh my God, it was horrible. It was depressing. We went through this, we went through that." And I'm like, "Oh wow."
Yeah.
So now I think it's because we didn't have bills with our names on it. That's
We
why.
didn't have yes, we didn't have the financial responsibility
Yeah.
that our parents had at the time. So, um, if we're lucky enough to be able to hide stuff like that from our kids, to shield them from it when they're growing up so that they don't feel the weight of it, it's
Right.
nice because then, yeah, they have their 80s, their version of our 80s where
Right.
we were out. And I will say I was always really hyper aware of the financial situation for whatever reason. I don't know why, I just always was. There were 5 of us, and I'm not going to go into what our situation was, right? But I was always very, very aware of what was going on around me. But even so, I do feel like we had the opportunity to be kids in the sense of this was before all this technology. So we were able to go outside and sit on our stairs and talk
And
for
play with the
hours on
neighborhood
end.
kids and do stuff with play around, they run around and do things with
Yes.
neighborhood kids. Now
Yes.
I think that's where I feel bad for other kids nowadays, because they don't have that outlet,
Yes.
and I think it was also, and I think it was an outlet for our parents. Like, think about the stuff
Yes.
that we didn't know. It was just like, just go outside and let me have a time to myself. I don't think parents
Yes.
have that
Yes.
anymore.
That was it. Go, go, go. And when the lights outside turn on, that's when you come home.
Which,
And that was that. And we were happy to
actually,
do it.
I have to say that we were those type of parents, because they would get a little bit too much watching TV, or, playing around too much in the house, whatever. And I would be like, no, everybody, I would kick them out. I'm like, go, get out. Don't come back till the lights are on. So we got to tell that to our kids. And it was like they would just run in and get like ice pops, los bolis, they would come in,
Bolis,
get an
yes.
ice pop, and they would leave and then come back. So that to me, I think it was an outlet for us to just, now I get to clean the house by myself. I don't have anybody bothering me, or I get to work a little bit on this, or study, or whatever it is that you're doing.
Hmm.
Your me time. That kind of was like a me moment. Versus now, I don't think parents have that.
No, no, they don't, because the kids are always in their, well, now the kids are always locked in their rooms. That's the difference. I think before it was also different in the sense, like for example, us, it was a 3 bedroom uh, apartment that we lived in. So my parents had 1 bedroom, My brother, because he was the only boy, had his own room, and then it was all three girls in the other room. Um, so if we all stood locked in the room, we would drive each other crazy anyway because everybody was on top of each other. It was just they were just different times, and it was normal for you want to be outside. There was no
Yes.
vitamin D deficiency. Now everybody's deficient in vitamin D because
Yeah.
everybody was always outside somehow, some way. You always found a way to get out and get some air. We walked everywhere. We It was just everybody knew everybody. Now people don't know the people who live down the street because
Oh
nobody
shit,
wants
next
to be
door, girl.
outside.
You don't know your neighbor, literally.
No.
I mean, uh, like here, I know I've never met my neighbor on this side. I know who he is. Lloyd's talked to him plenty of times. I've personally never met him. The neighbor next to us, we do know her. They're actually really cool. I've talked to her here and there, passing, just here and there, but they're always
Mhm.
in their house and we're always in our house, in our space, and we do talk here and there, like just a passing. Not like when I was little, I remember my parents would talk to the whole neighborhood, and everybody
Yeah.
would stop and talk for a couple of 30 to an hour, 30
Yep.
minutes to an hour. And it was like, that doesn't happen anymore at all,
No, it doesn't.
at
It
all.
doesn't. Now, I will say, I have I have great neighbors. I can't complain about my neighbors at all. Um, my immediate neighbors to one side, love them. Fun people. My backdoor neighbors, absolutely adore them. Absolutely love them. Um, the neighbors on the other side, they've kind of changed out. The family who lived there before, I knew well, but they moved out, and now I don't know who the new people are. They're very to themselves, and they're renters, I believe, so they kind of just stay to themselves. They don't really interact much. But like my neighbors across the street, I know really well. Um, but I like to know who my neighbors are, and I like to quiero ser servicial yo también con las personas because for me, I grew up with that. And if they ever need me, I want to be there for them
Let
in the
us
same
have an idea,
way.
because Lloyd has to know everybody. I don't want to know anybody. So I'm speaking for me. I don't really know. Like the couple times that our neighbor on this side talks to us is because she's approached. Other than that, if I, I'm like this, like I don't even have blinders. I'm like this, like, and
Ah,
Lloyd's like, hey, like he talks to everybody. He knows, like, he's like, oh, that guy over there, he's a DJ. I'm like, what guy? He's like, the one down on that other street, because the one on this side and the one that I'm like, oh my God, Lloyd, I just,
listen, the thing is, especially when you
but
have kids,
I think if I
you
had
right now,
kids, it would
it's
be
different for you right now
yes,
in your stage of life.
yes,
For me, I still have kids and they all live here. So I need to know who I'm surrounded by. I need to know,
yeah,
you know, and it takes a village. They say that for a reason. It really does. I want to know that if someone sees my kid down the street doing something stupid, that they're going to come back and tell me.
yes.
You know what I mean? Not that I anticipate it. My kids are good kids, right? But I want to make sure
You
that
want to make
they
sure that
understand
somebody
that,
says, hey, that's my neighbor's kid, hey, or whatever. Yes.
yeah,
You're right.
something,
My situation is different
Um,
because I don't have little ones. I don't have kids.
yeah.
It's just Lloyd and I. Um, but if I did have kids, I would like to know certain neighbors. And when my kids were little, we were the corner house in the block, and everybody knew our kids, and we all knew whose parents were and the parents and everything. But
Mhm.
I still wasn't like very friendly. Lloyd was friendly, like he knew everybody, whatever. But and it was so funny when we lived in Berwyn because the dads, they were doing all the gardening outside, so the dads all knew each other. Because you know how men are. If somebody's cutting the grass, oh shit, he started early. That's how
Uh-huh.
that's how that neighborhood was. If we put flowers, the oh crap, like it was how everybody was in competition. And we used to call them the house husbands of Berwyn because so, but it was so funny because the neighbor behind us, Guillermo, his son and daughter used to go to school with my kids. And when my daughter was, yeah, it was pinche madre. She found a ladder and she threw it on the side of the house. That's how she used to sneak out. So she used to sneak out of the house, and then he called the Hayes, like, your daughter sneaking out of the house, she has that ladder, whatever. But we're like, no, no, not even, like, we never believed it. And then one day they pulled over, no, they stopped, they profiled his kid, and they're like searching him, whatever. Like, I say, like, your son's getting arrested. Like, that's how the guys in the name, like, your son's getting arrested right ahead. Like, I'll come out into the, and then, your daughter is doing this, and your son and daughter is doing this. And that's how it was, the whole neighborhood. And it was always the men. Nada más andaban de chismosos, the men. Your daughter and your son and your daughter. That's how they used to communicate all the time. So that I love, because they always had that. At least you had somebody calling you to tell you, hey, watch out because of this, or watch out because of that, or this. That I appreciate, because you do need somebody. You need other eyes on your kids, and it does.
Girl, it takes a village. There's a reason they come up with these sayings, I swear to God, because it does. It just does. And for whatever reason, so like for me, as my kids were getting older, because I always worked too, and most of the time before, it wasn't remote work. It was all, you were in the office the whole time you were working, every 5 days a week. So when your kids are growing up, you kind of need to make sure that people knew, like the right people knew that, hey, if something looks odd, let me know, or, run and keep an eye on them or whatever. Right. Because in between those hours that they got out of school to you getting home, if you weren't fortunate enough to have someone there with them, to watch them during that time.
Plus, it was
You have
always
to.
safe to say, like, for instance, with my son, hey, we're not going to be home. You're going to get home early. Go to Memo's house. Hang out there. Just let him know. I've already called him and let him know. Like, stuff like that, because
Yeah.
we need that. We did have that outlet. I did love that. And even when we moved to Aurora, we had that. Everybody was very friendly over there. A little too friendly, and I didn't like it at all. Like, I was like, no. And I'm not a friendly person at all. I'm not. I'm not.
Me, on the other hand, I can't wait for the weather to get nice so that we can be outside, and then come over, come on, and we sit out in the back and have a drink or just chill and have conversation. I don't know. I kind of live for it. I don't mind it. Although my husband is my company, like he's my person, but when he's not around, yeah, like I don't go outside unless I'm like with, I don't know why. I don't know what my problem is, but unless someone's here, I don't tend to go outside very often. So I need to change that this year.
You need to become a callejera, candil de la calle y oscuridad de la casa.
Yeah, no, I need to make it a point to get out more. That I do.
Yeah.
I do need to do
You
that.
know what? I was thinking about this because, when we were talking about the whole menopause and stuff, and I was watching, there's this show that I'm watching on Apple. It's called Friends and Neighbors. It's so good. It's so good. And the wife on the show is going through menopause, and they're at a funeral, whatever. But she's like, I'm not. The mother-in-law says, "What's wrong with you?" She's like, oh, "I'm going through menopause." And the mother-in-law said something that totally made sense. She's like, "People don't even know it. We die twice." And I was like, that makes so much fucking sense. I was like, that is so true. She said, "We die twice and nobody even notices." I was like, think about it. We do die twice. Like, because we go through menopause and you're now a complete different person. Like,
Yeah, you
you're
are.
never ever gonna be the same. So you killed off that fun area, and now you're going into this. But her saying that was just like, oh my God. Like, but she said it like now she's like, people don't even notice we died twice and nobody cares.
Yeah. That's That's accurate.
Isn't
That's
that?
a fair assessment. Yeah. Dang.
I was like, oh my God, it is so true. We do die twice and nobody really. But then I thought about it and I said, you know what? I think that statement is 100% true. Like, it is 100% true. We do die twice. Um, but I think we have to push ourselves. Like, this year, I'm pushing myself. This is my year. I'm going to push myself to just do things, because it's so easy to just not do anything. And I'm so already used to not doing anything. Like, I love my me time. That I love. Lucy loves hanging out with Lucy. Okay, I love that. We have me and my 10 personalities have so much fun together. And, but this year, I'm going to make it a point to get out there and just do things. Like, I just to do them, because after hearing that comment of women die twice, I was just like, that it kind of sparked like, fine, the old Lucy is now dead, right? Like, this is
You get
kind
to
of,
reinvent whoever the new one is.
yes, it's time to reinvent the new Lucy for the rest of my days. Like, so that's what I'm going to be focusing on. Is it just, that statement triggered something in me. Like, it was like, I'm not going to get upset about it. I'm not going to get sad about it. I'm not going to let that be a negative trigger. I'm gonna let it be a positive trigger where, fine, it's time to say bye to the old Lucy. I'm never gonna have that beautiful skin I once had. I'm never gonna have that spring, like, I'm never gonna jump up and just have energy again. I'm never gonna have that. Fine, I'm fine with all that. But let me make the most out of this new Lucy. Let me push this Lucy to what she could handle. And let's just make that the new way of doing things and stuff. So that comment, I needed to hear that comment to be a good trigger, to be like, I'm not going to complain about my itchy skin or my aches and pains, or what. I'm going to accept them. It's now a way of life, but I'm going to force myself to do other things and get myself out there a little bit more, because I know that I'm already a hermit. So Lucy the Hermit was that, and now I'm going to really try.
You're going to use it to catapult you into being a more vibrant version of who you were.
Yes. But I'm going to tell you that I really needed to hear that comment to realize that it is 100% true in women. We do die twice. Like, it's still shocking to me as I say it, because I'm just like,
it struck a nerve. It struck something in you. It stirred something up in you that it's stoking up a little fire under you. That's making you
I was like,
see things in a different light. I think we all find little sayings like that, or songs that when you listen to them, one day they just mean something completely different, and it's like a light bulb went off.
yes,
that was your light bulb. That was your light bulb moment.
100%. That was my light bulb moment, because I was just thinking about them. I'm not, and you know what it is also? I'm not a person that likes to give up on anything. I'm a fighter. I'm a big fighter. for everything. Like, I'm a fighter. When somebody tells me no, I make sure that it's a yes. Like, I turn all my no's into yes. I think, I'm going to tell you that Lloyd has been the first man to ever tell me no. He still tells me no.
Of course he does.
I try so hard, like, no. But and I think that's why I love him even more. Like, it makes me fall in love with him even more because he's not just giving in to me. Like, he doesn't just sucker. Like he's not not that all men who give in to their spouses are suckers, but to me, men who I feel
Yes.
they're easily manipulated, and I could get away with murder, right? And it's like, no, it's not gonna happen. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. Like,
He sees right through you. That's why he knows you so well
he
that it doesn't matter what you think you're planning. He's already thought ahead.
he's 2 steps ahead of me, and I love that. Or as he says, what does he say? He says, I gotta die first because I have to explain to God how you are. I'm like, what the fuck? The fuck does that mean? And he says that all the time. He's like, I have to die first, so that way I could just prep him. He's like, he knows how I am. He's like, no. He's like, you debate everything. It's so annoying. Like, you're gonna get up there, you just like you debate everything. I'm like, really? That's the biggest thing.
He said you're going to get kicked out of heaven because you're going to go up there and argue.
Yes. He's like, you debate everything. Like, I can just even imagine. Like, he's like, that's why I have to die first, so that way I could just explain to him what's coming from you. I'm like, wow. So
He's
yes.
gonna go up and say she's really a good person. I promise she is. Just because she argues with you a little bit
She's
doesn't
an
mean
asshole,
anything. I
but she's a
promise.
great heart, big heart. Just bit of an asshole. That's it.
Oh my God, that's fun.
So that's why I think I'm already a person that turns every no into a yes. That's like a challenge of that's my challenge in life. It's always been, if somebody says I am not able to do this, oh, you're damn right, I'm gonna find a way. I will find a way. I'm gonna do it. But it's only because I have to be challenged. Then it's kind of like, wait, what? You're gonna tell me? No. Even if I never wanted to do it. So I think this year I want to start just doing things because I'm gonna get out of my element. I'm gonna make friends on my own. That gives me anxiety just thinking about me making friends. It gives me anxiety. Like, I'm gonna do that. I want to start a book club because I want to start getting into reading. So I want to do all the things that I normally wouldn't do. Like, I wouldn't be a social person. Like, here in Vegas, because a lot of people are new, there's this it's Wednesdays, and it's called Girls Night, and I'm on their TikTok following, and then they do every Wednesday they go out for drinks at this one bar by my house, and everybody gets together, and I'm always like, ooh, I don't want to go by myself. And all the ladies, I'm here by myself, and it's all ages. They're like between 70 to 20 because the community is so new. Nobody really knows anyone, so that's how there's walking clubs here. There's going out on Wednesdays. There's hiking clubs. There's all these clubs that people have started here.
Yeah.
And I'm part of all of them. I've never gone to any of them because it gives me anxiety. So this year I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't think you're alone in that. I'm sure there are a lot of people who probably did the same thing, followed the pages for a while before they got comfortable enough to say, okay, I'm going to do it. I think a lot of people tend to do that kind of stuff. But yeah, I would encourage you to do it. Go for it.
I want to
at least once. Just go once and see how it feels.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. They got one on. You know what? I promise you, on Wednesday I'm gonna do the ladies' night.
Okay.
It's giving me I'm sweating. Lorena, I'm sweating thinking about it. Like,
I believe you. I can relate to that. I get that.
but I'm gonna do it.
But I do think if you go at least once
Yes.
and you start talking to them, you're gonna start to see how much you
So they
actually
had
might
like
have in
a
common.
live feed from it, and it always looks so fun. They play
Mhm.
bingo. It's a bar, and they play bingo at the bar. They play
No, no,
loteria.
don't do anything competitive. You're gonna fight with people.
I'm very competitive. That's
No
my
bingo
problem.
for you.
There's no one.
They'll never have you back.
I'm like, yes, I'm very competitive. That's my problem too. I'm very competitive, and I am very competitive. It's ridiculous. Like,
Go have a drink. Please don't go play bingo. Not on the first round.
if you were in a race with me, Lorena, if you were in a race with me, and we're like,
You
we're
would
gonna
win.
enter this race.
I'm just gonna let you run. Go.
No, if you and me were in a race and you were my partner, let's say we're in a part and you're fucking slowing me down. Oh my god, Lorena, I would be so fucking. I'm like, Lorena, are you fucking kidding me? We're gonna fuck. I would be so pissed. That's how competitive I am. I'm not
Yeah, I
allowed.
know. And then I would be like, I don't fucking care. Run. You can take the whole thing.
You would just
I'm not doing this.
you would just trip me. You're like, you know what, cabrona? There you go. Pa' que se te quite.
Ahora no ganaste para que se te quite lo güey.
Yes. I'm not allowed to be partners with my any family member when I'm competing with something because I don't want them to be because I know I'm gonna be horrible
Because
to
you
them.
know yourself.
Yes, I'm like, listen, this is to spare
Okay.
your feelings, not because I
Just
don't.
go have a drink. Please do not play any games where people win. Let's just keep it at that for the first, I don't know, maybe for the first few times that you go. Just go have a
Well,
drink and talk to people.
the good thing is I'm on the GLP-1, so I can only have like maybe, if anything, one drink. So that's a plus. That's a plus right there. Although I have to say though, I'm a fun drunk. I'm not one to get serious or like I'm very chill. I'm fun. I like to dance. I like to be goofy. I'm not one to get fucked up.
Mhm.
Like remember when I stole your camera when we went out one time? And then I took pictures with everybody at the bar. You
I'm not
remember?
surprised. Yes, I do. Oh my God, yes. Holy crap. I did not remember that. Whoa.
Yeah. So that's like just I'm a good time when I'm drunk. I'm not a bad time at all. But I don't drink like I used to drink at all no more. At all. I don't think my body can handle it. That was the old Lucy. Now this is it. But that's my thing. I'm gonna get out there and do things and see where that leads. A ver.
Okay, so instead of thoughts of gratitude for the week, we're just going to set ourselves a goal.
Yes.
Your
Yes.
goal is going to do that.
Okay, so
What
what's
can
your
I
goal
do?
for this week?
My goal for this week is to get out of the house more often, not just when I have to go to the office.
Okay.
Just that. I don't want to set an expectation of what I'm going to do. Just get out of the house more often. Even if it's go out for a walk or even if it's just sit outside in the backyard or sit out front of the house for a little while and get some fresh air. Because I have a hard time leaving the house. That is my issue. That is my problem. I don't want to leave the inside of the house. So my goal is just to get out more, weather permitting too, right? The weather doesn't always give you the ability to go out and enjoy it all, but it's supposed to be hot. This weekend specifically is supposed to be really hot, like 85, 87. So if it's not raining, I'm going to try to make it a point to just get out. Or even if it means running out to like go do an errand, go to the store, get out.
Just out.
Yeah,
Okay.
just out.
Okay, so my goal this week is I am gonna go to that Wednesday night girls out. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. So that is my goal, to go and meet, and that way I meet new people and get out of my, because I'm the same way. I don't leave my house. I don't. I'm so comfortable in my house, and then I just don't want to leave either. So I'm going to do that. Here, the difference is that it's been a little too hot. This week coming up, it's going to be in the 80s, in the high 80s, which, believe it or not, high 80s here, it's actually comfortable. So
Yeah, because it's dry heat.
yes, so it's not unbearing. This past week was actually a little bit unbearable. It was in the hundreds, so it was.
Oof.
It's not that it's unbearable. It's just it was the first 3 digits for the year.
The first time of the year, yeah.
And so it's a little bit unbearable because you're not used to it. But once you get used to it, it's like, oh, 100 degrees is awesome. Where
in hell,
because we get to 116 in starting the middle of June to the end of August. It's in the high, like
yeah,
between
it's
116
terrible.
to 120 the whole summer. So that's crazy.
A lot. That's a lot. That is unbearable. Oh my God.
Yeah, but so this week it's not as immersive as nice. So I'm gonna do that. Is my goal. I'm gonna go out on Wednesday night by myself and see if I could. And I'm gonna stay and order a drink because I could just say that because I know me. I would be like, yeah, okay, I showed up.
Listen, baby steps. I wouldn't be upset with you if you showed up and kind of scoped the place out and had to leave. That's fine. The next time you go, then maybe you'll stay and have a drink.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put that pressure on you, and you shouldn't put that pressure on yourself. The goal is just to make it.
Yes, so
Okay.
That's the goal for the week.
Cool. Very good.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Go White Sox. That's all I have to say.
Go Cubs.
Even though you guys are up one, so hopefully they win today. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice week. We'll see you next time.
Bye. That's a wrap on this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to share your funny stories or comment on which of our stories was your favorite from this episode. Please subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss any future episode notifications from us. This was Chatting with Lorena and Lucy. Stay blessed, stay true, and always stay you. Until the next time.